Hey everyone, just me editing. I'm really sorry for how much I mumble in this video. I've had a little bit of a break from recording, so I'm a little rusty. So please excuse the mumbling for this video. I'm sure it will be a lot better in the next one. Thank you. Yo, what's going on guys? Cool here. Welcome back to another video. It's episode number 2 of Misfits Season 1, and we are here in the base, where I want to get some work done on this slippery slime farm over here. Before we do get into it today, I just want to give a big shout out to Ellen and Eva. I'm very sorry it took this long, but there you go. There's your shout out. Hope you enjoy. In the last stream, we did some work on this farm, and we dug out 2 chunks with the aid of a couple of people on the server. Now, while I've been offline, people have supposedly come down and lit up every single block of the caves around my base, and for that I have got to dish out 2 full sets of diamond enchanted gear and tools, which I'm not looking forward to. But nevertheless, I am extremely grateful for those of you who did come down and light up every single corner of this place. Granted, there are some spots which are still missing light, but for the most part they did a really good job. What we're doing today, guys, we're going to be getting in the first section of this farm. Now, if you don't know what this is, we have a center chunk here, as you can see. If we turn on F3 and G real quick, you can see we have a center chunk right here, and these are all chunk aligned because these 4 neighboring chunks of this one, so this one here, this one, and the one I'm standing on, these are all slime chunks, meaning that they can spawn slime between levels 40 and below. Now, we're only doing it to 0 just because of range. And digging through deep slate is extremely painful. It isn't even insta-mineable with haste 2 efficiency 5, so that's really not going to be happening. So we're only doing from level 40 to level 0 here. You can see in the top left there, I am at level 0 currently, and this is where we'll be building the slime farm. Now today then, I would like to get into place quite a lot of the platforms. Now what do the platforms have to be? Well, they have to be 3 blocks apart. They need to have an iron golem as a bit of a bait on each level that we're going to be having here. And then we need to torch up the level. So guys, I think it's around about time for the first time lapse of the season. And we're going to be doing a whole slime farm in this time lapse. Now, this would normally be a slime farm on its own, but we're making 4 of these, and the other 4 chunks aren't dug out yet. That one hasn't even made progress on it at all. So, we're going to be doing this in the form of a third-person time-lapse. I really hope you enjoy this. You should be hearing some music about now, so enjoy! Alright then guys, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. It was a bit of a grind getting all of these slabs. It is a real difficulty this early in the game for me. I have no source of fuel, so a lot of charcoal was used in the making of this. But nevertheless, we have slimes kind of spawning on these platforms. You can see I've actually killed quite a few of them. I've just took out this platform here, or this drop chute. There's going to be an iron golem on each level, as well as one out front here, so the whole of this should be giving some sort of attraction to the slimes. But right now, peeps, there is one thing that we have left to do, and that is to get golems in and their tower where they are held. Now, getting the golems in is easier said than done. I need about 7 stacks of iron for each chunk. for the iron blocks for the golems. Now, luckily, we have mined out quite a lot of iron as we've been doing this, but not nearly enough to fuel this project. So that is all the iron that we got from that single chunk and the, well, actually, both of those chunks down there. Yeah, we're really short on iron, so I may have to come and do some golems some other time. We also need pumpkin. Alright then, I have sent a message to Misfits General, so in the meantime, we may have some pumpkins at our base already, but we definitely don't have enough. Yeah, we've got 6 pumpkins. Let's get these pumpkins in place. Now we can make 3. We can make 3 iron golems. Look, the iron that I have is not sufficient at all, so I'm going to be going AFK at that farm today, and hopefully tomorrow we can finish off some of the iron golems. Right, we've got a stack and a little bit more fences. We're going to go down there now, and we're going to start with the chute here, this drop. So doing this should be fairly simple. And I'm going to be using these blocks, these stone bricks, just because if we do accidentally mine upon this, we're not accidentally going to end up removing the iron golem from his comfortable little home over here. So the first step is going to be getting these blocks in place, and then we're going to be adding in some fences out the front here. This will help him from escaping. We're also going to add 2 up here. Now, the next thing is we're going to be getting the iron golem in here itself. So we're going to be placing iron in a T-shape like this, pumpkin on top, and then we're going to carve that pumpkin with some shears. Just like so. And this guy is actually suffocating. And now he's not. Now he's a little damaged, but that's fine. I think if we just tap him with that. Right, so the next layer. Oh, I forgot to say as well, we're going to have torches on these blocks. We only need 1, but yeah. Whoa, that's so cool. So peeps, it's me editing again, and I noticed that this farm is actually wrong. What needs to happen is there needs to be a little box at the top, or a little air gap for the golems to be able to see over. If we have a look at F3 and B real quick for the hitbox, you can see that that blue line there represents the golem's vision. So that is exactly where he's looking. Now before, with the fences that are here, like you can see on this layer here, if that golem looks at us, he can't actually see anything but this fence. So all of the slimes that would spawn wouldn't be able to see this guy, and the farm wouldn't work. So yes, that is now getting corrected, and I thank you for if you did observe that. Anyway, back to the video. So for those of you at home who are particularly interested in this design, it's my own design. Obviously taken some notes in the past, some mental notes about how these farms tend to work, and I've got a pretty good understanding of it. Right peeps, so if you look up there, we've got 3 of those in place right now. They are looking absolutely amazing. We've got 1 there, and finally 1 over there. And these should help out with the slimes for now. We're going to need 13 per thing. 13 times 4 is 52, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 52. Anyway, then we've got the ones in the center, which is another 13, so that'll be like 65 or something. Okay, I have managed to get some more iron. I did the smelting of the ore that was over there, and I found some more iron nuggets, so I should be able to craft up some iron. And there we go, guys. That is all that we can do for now. We've got an absolute ton of iron golems in here at the moment. Quite literally, these guys would weigh tons in real life. That much iron is not easy to come by. But yeah, you can see we've got a good couple of iron golems up there. I think there's 5 in total now. Yeah, that is a project for another time now, because I cannot afford it. It is very expensive. So for now, we're going to be doing something else. We have a little bit of unfinished business over at the iron farm. Now, it is unfinished at the moment, and there isn't a lot that we can do about that. And what I mean by unfinished is we have an iron farm, except we have only done a fifth of this iron farm. And you can see that here. We've got a lot of room for expansion down there. You may have seen this in my streams. But this iron farm is 1,000 iron per layer per hour. And we're meant to have 5 layers of this, so 5,000 in total. And now because it was not the easiest thing to dig out these spaces and put the zombies in, the villagers in, everything like that. I have kind of held off on this project. But what has been happening is the areas that I haven't decorated or finished digging or something like that, iron golems have spawned, and they are in a really, really bad place at the moment. We just need them to kind of drop down here. But yeah, I didn't actually get to finish this decorating because, yes again, I was out of resources. But now we have a ton of resources, so I'm going to finish up the decorating of this area. Not the hole though, the hole can wait. Right, that is one wall textured, and I don't actually like it. I don't think it's the best texturing that I've done in a long time. But it will do. It is a lot better than having golems spawn and kind of reduce the efficiency of this design, this farm. I will continue to make sure this looks good in the future. Well, this is definitely a bit of an upgrade, isn't it, over the previous season's iron farm, which wasn't nearly as big as this. You can see that these golems are getting thrown out every couple of seconds, really. So, peeps, I believe it's every 4 minutes a golem spawns, but that doesn't seem entirely right, because these are pumping them out. It must be on average for 4 minutes, sorry. In fact, that might be 4 golems per minute, actually. If we have a look down here, we can see that in here we are starting to fill up on iron again, which is really, really good. And we've actually now got enough for another couple of golems. Now, what are my plans for this area of this island? If you have paid attention so far in streams and stuff, this is the sphere that is going to be covering this entire place. And the plan is to have a ginormous glass sphere. And you can see this pretty much covers, I would say, a good chunk of the island. I don't know if it's exactly, in fact, it's nowhere near half. It's around about, well, it's just this end of the island, which is the west, or the east side even. But this is going to be a big glass sphere. This may be either a stream project, or it might be a time-lapse, maybe both if we're lucky. But you can see this sphere is absolutely enormous, and what this represents is an area which needs to be spawn-proofed. Now granted, not all of this needs to be spawn-proofed, it's roughly just the areas around these generators here. Although it would look really good if we could have a big glass sphere. And I've wanted to do some sort of orb this season, so we're going to do it. That is a future plan. Now, if you're wondering what this exactly is, this is a mod and it's called Mini Hood. And this is just a giant hologram, and it just represents a mathematical sphere that is correct. And we can just fill in the blocks like this. Yeah, over time that will become a giant sphere. But the amount of glass that we're going to need for this is really massive. That is a very complicated calculation, and I can't quite figure out how I would do it. I'm good with maths, just thinking about what I need to do with maths is a little bit hard sometimes. But if you really would like to do the maths for me, then that would be greatly appreciated. The sphere itself is a 49 block radius, and it only needs to be half a sphere, so a hemisphere. So, yeah. Right then, peeps, that is going to be it for me today. Next thing that comes up on my channel will be a live stream, and that will be digging the rest of this monstrosity over here. You can see we've got another 3 chunks roughly to dig out, so we'll be doing that on stream. Do stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching today. Thanks for everyone coming to the streams. Thanks for liking and subscribing. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll see you later in the next video or stream. Goodbye.